Hi guys, welcome to Code Bashers. In this video, I will be discussing the Python coding question which was asked in InfinityQ final round, which happened on 18th April 2021. Guys, this is part 1 of this series. More parts will be uploaded in future. So make sure that you watch this video till the end so that you can get to know the level of the questions which are getting asked. Guys, if you are new to this channel, please make sure that you subscribe to this channel as well as join my Telegram group also. I post lots of updates regarding companies as well as the coding questions which are asked in them. So make sure that you do not miss those updates and are present in my Telegram group. The link is given in the description box. So guys, now let's start this video, and before starting the video, please hit the like button as well as the subscribe button for this channel. Okay, so the question is, consider non-zero positive decimal number enum an integer in base greater than 1 and print outnum, the maximum number of consecutive set of zeros after converting enum into its in base notation. Print -1 if there exists no zero after conversion of enum. Okay, so we are given two numbers, that is first is enum and second one is in base. We have to convert this enum into this base. So for example, this is the enum is 16 and in base is 2. So we have to convert that 16 into its base 2. Now when we have converted it into the base 2, then we have to find the maximum number of consecutive set of zeros after converting enum to its base notation. So once we have converted one number into another base, then we have to find the maximum number of consecutive zeros in that particular answer. Now we have to print -1 if there exists no zeros after conversion of enum. Okay, so if there are no zeros present, then we have to print -1, otherwise we have to print the maximum number of consecutive zeros which are present in that. Now first line contains enum, second line contains the in base. Now read the input from the standard input stream. Output format, output is outnum or -1. Okay, now let's see the sample input first. Okay, so here sample input may not be visible to you, but it is first is 68 and then is 2. So we have to convert 68 to base 2, and when we have converted 68 to base 2, then afterwards we have to find the number of maximum consecutive zeros which are present in that particular answer string. In this case it is 3, because when 68 will be converted into 2, then our output base will be 1000100. So you can see that in this particular string the maximum consecutive zeros is 3. So therefore we have printed 3. Now second example is when we have to convert 25 into base 4. So when 25 will be converted into base 4, then the resulting string will be 121. So you can see that in this particular string there is no zeros present. So in this case we will print -1. Okay, so I hope the question as well as the input test cases are clear to you. Now let's see an example that how we convert one number to another base. So let's take an example of 16. So I hope you all know that how to convert 16 into its binary form. We know that we keep on dividing 16 with number 2 and take the remainder, and afterwards when the number is finished, like it reaches 0 or 1, when it is finished, then what we do, we start from bottom and take all the remainders till the above. So the base 2 of 16 will be written as 1 4 times zeros. So first this number will be considered, and then these four zeros will be considered starting from bottom to top. So this is how a base number is calculated. Now this is a string we have obtained. Now in this particular string we have to find the consecutive zeros. So consecutive zeros are 4. That there are total 4 consecutive zeros which are present in this particular string. So similarly, this was an example for converting 16 into base 2. If you have to convert 16 into some other base, you can simply do that by replacing this 2 with that number. Okay, so this is how a base is calculated. So we will be writing two functions in our code. First will be converting a number into its base form, which is given in the question, and second function is to find the consecutive zeros present in the resultant string. Okay, so I hope you are clear that how a number is converted into base form. This is the expected output, that is 1 4 times zeros, and then we have to find the consecutive zeros out of this string. So I hope the question is clear to you. Now we will be writing the code for the same. Okay, so we are given two inputs. First input is the number and second one is the base. So we have to convert a number into its base form. So let's write a function for converting a number into its base form. So function will be def base. First input will be the enum and second will be the in base. So these are the two inputs which will be taking afterwards inside this question. Okay, so now what we'll do, we will take an answer string, because we will store all the remainders, in the opposite form inside this answer string only, and after this we will return it from the function. Okay, sorry, after this we will return it from the function. So how we will do it? So it is simple, that while our enum is greater than 0, what we'll do, we will first take the remainder. So r is equivalent to enum mod in base. See, let's just run it on an example. So let's suppose our enum will be 16 and our base will be 2. Okay, so for taking the remainder first, what we were doing, we were first taking the remainder of 16 by when divided by 2, and then we will be actually dividing it by 2. So first what we'll do, we will do r is equivalent to enum mod in base. Then what we'll do, we will add this particular remainder in our answer string. And how we will add it? See, we have to add every particular remainder in the opposite order. That is, the last remainder should come first, and then the second last should come at second position. So how we will add it to our string? So it will be answer is equivalent to string of r. So we will typecasting r into string of r, because r here is an integer. So now string of r has been converted plus our answer variable. Now see, so we are adding the current remainder at the first position of our answer string. So this is how our last remainder will come at the first position. So this is the most important step in this particular function. Now once we have added the remainder in the string, what we have to do, we have to simply divide the current number, that is, see, here it was 16, now 16 was divided by 2, the resultant was 8. So now what we'll do, we will simply do our enum is equivalent to enum divided by in base. So we have done double divide, because if we will use single divide, then our resultant will be in float. We do not require it in float values. So we will do enum double divide by in base, so that we can get the integer value. Okay, so after this loop is over, our answer string will contain all the remainders starting from bottom to above, like this only. So we'll simply return our answer string from this function. So the role of this function is over for calculating the base, for converting the input number to its corresponding base. Now this answer string has been found. Now what we will do, see, for 16 and 2 our answer string was this, that is 1, then 4 times 0. Now what we have to do, now we have to write a function to find the maximum number of consecutive zeros. So it will be, let's say, def zeros. Now in this particular function we will passing this answer string, which we have returned from this function. Okay, so now what we'll do, let me just make more space. Okay, so now what we'll do, we will take two variables. One is count, which will store the current maximum, and one is max count, which will store the maximum amount of consecutive zeros in the entire string. So the count will store the current count, and max count will store the maximum number of consecutive zeros in the entire string, and we have both initialized both with 0. Now what we'll do, we will iterate over our answer string. So let's say for our char in answer. Now see, what we'll do, if our char is double equivalent to 0, then what we'll do, we will simply do our count plus is equivalent to 1, because this count is storing our current count of zeros. So this count variable is storing our current count, and this max count will be storing the maximum consecutive count. Now see, we have done count plus is equivalent to 1. Now what we'll do, we will compare this particular count variable with the max count. Okay, so if our current count is greater than the max count, then what we'll do, we will simply update our max count. So we'll update our max count, that is max count is equivalent to count. Okay, so this is how our max count will be getting updated inside our function. So the role of this if condition is over, that if our char was equivalent to 0, we have incremented our current count with 1, and then we have compared that particular count variable with our max count. So this is how our max count will be updated. Now this was the if condition when our current char was 0. Now else, that is when our current char will not be 0. So see, in this question we have to find the length of the consecutive zeros. So if after these 0 we encounter some non-zero elements, let's say this, So if 1 is encountered, then what we'll do, we will again, okay, so when 1 is encountered, then what we'll do, we will again put the value of current count is equivalent to 0, and again it will be starting with 0 only, and when it will again encounter a 0 inside the string, it will again get incremented by 1, and then again our current count variable will be compared to the max count. So in this we have to simply do count is equivalent to 0 in else condition when we encounter a non-zero element, and after the end of this for loop we will simply return our max count, because this max count will contain the maximum consecutive zeros present inside this particular string. So now our two functions are over. One is the base string, base function, which has converted our input number into the base, and then second one is the zeros function, which will calculate the consecutive zeros present inside the string. Now what we have to do, now these were the functions, now we have to take these numbers as input, from the user. So enum is equivalent to int input, and second was in base, so in base again is equivalent to int input. Now what we'll do, we will first call the base function. It will return as answer string, so base function. So we have, in this we will pass enum comma in base. Now this answer string has come to us. Now this answer string will be passed in the consecutive zeros, so it will give us the count of zeros. So count is equivalent to zeros, function name is zeros, and in that particular thing we will pass this answer string. So now see, if our count is equivalent to 0, so according to question, in this we have to print -1. Else if our count is greater than 0, what we will do, we have to simply print the number of zeros which are present, that is the count variable. So this was this entire code. I hope you understood it. Now let's just run it on the sample input. Sample input here is 68 and 2, so the answer should come out to be 3. Okay, so there is an error. Okay, sorry. Okay, so this thing we have to remove from here. Okay, so let's just hope that there are no more errors in it. Okay, so you can see that output is coming out to be 3, and in our question also our output was 3 only. Now let's just test it for 25 and 4. Then it should give us -1, that is no zeros which are present inside this answer string, so it should give us 0. Okay, so you can see that it is giving us -1 because our count was 0, and when our count is 0 we have to print -1. So this was it for this video. I hope guys you understood the question as well as the code for this particular question.